So we're working on a 2012 Honda Accord. Most of these bumper covers have the same kind of plastic. And when it comes to plastic welding, you'll understand and you'll know whether or not the plastic can be welded because it'll melt instead of burn. So, and I'm sure this is like a PPO or PMO or some kind of plastic, which some expert will tell me, I'm sure. But on this particular crack, in this vehicle, the only reason we're fixing this instead of buying a new one is this poor guy had just took his full coverage off of it. He's doing 65 down the freeway and gets blasted from behind at 65 miles an hour. And the guy took off. So he ain't got a whole lot of money. He's about to have surgery. So we're trying to fix this up to where, you know, it doesn't cost him a whole bunch of money. So, and this is old school stuff. So, you know, everybody just buys new stuff nowadays. But if you want to fix it, this particular crack, which came from here to there, I heated up on the inside and outside at the same time because I needed penetration on the inside and outside. And I'm going to be painting out here, so I'm not worried about messing up the outside surface. Whereas this, I'm not going to paint it because, you know, we're just trying to get her back to where she'll go down the road without falling apart. So on the inside here, I'm only going to be heating up on the inside because all I want to do is just brush touch this and get her done. So we'll start that now. So this is I believe, from Harbor Freight. It's a plastic welding tool.
Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby, wow. That's even more grand. Okay, so it's a plastic welding tool, and I like it because it has that point right there where you can cut into the plastic and cut off a nice piece, and I'll show you how to do that. But first off, you want to get the plastic hot. See, I don't know if you can see the crack or not, where it's at. But I'm staying right on top of the crack. And I'm trying to get the plastic to flow into that crack. And as I'm doing that, the plastic will flow if you stay on the outside of the crack. See how I can flow that plastic right into the crack? Then I can come back and push it back this way, and I've actually filled that crack in. Now, the other way to do this, depending on how much you need this to weld, is I'm going to go over the surface of it, and what you're trying to do is penetrate to the other side with heat. So when you're staying on top of it like this very slowly, the heat is gradually going to the outer surface. And this is all I'm trying to do, is just get that plastic really hot and deep. I'm not sure if the camera can capture it, but as I am heating it up, it's caving in. And that tells me how much I'm penetrating. That means I'm getting very close to the outer surface, which the more penetration you get, the more that crack is going to go away, because now you've basically taken the crack and welded it together. But at the same time, you can't go too far because you'll poke right through the outside, and you don't want that. So I don't know if the camera can catch it, but this is just a very low valley right here, which is perfect. Then you want to come in here with this, and you're going to be cutting a piece of plastic for that indent. So, and that's what I like about this knife, is you can cut you a nice piece of plastic that'll sit right in that indent and fill it in with brand new plastic that is non-broken. And you want to do this fairly quick because you don't want the bumper cover to cool off, because then it'll be difficult to get this slice of plastic melted back into that you already got hot underneath this brand new piece. You want them both to mesh without having been cooled off. See, this cooled off just a little bit too much, but you just keep your iron on top of it, and that melts that plastic into a nice soup. And if you play with it long enough, you can do the same thing on the outside after you get the paint off. And you can make it to where you sand it a little bit on the outside and fill it in with a little bit of Bondo, and you're done. If you can get the outside surface looking like this, then as you can see, you wouldn't have much sanding to do. So again, once you get that piece on there, that new piece, now you want to make sure that that new piece is penetrated into the cover by just going over it like this. Again, that heat is going to penetrate the plastic deeper, and they'll all bond together. As soon as the plastic cools, now you're just putting a piece of plastic over a piece of plastic. But if the plastic is still hot, now you're bonding hot to hot, and your crack will be completely gone. So there's that. And again, you can do the same thing on the outer surface if you want to, but I don't want to paint, so I'm just doing the inside. And I'm just doing 4 of them right now, just to hold it. Now I may come back and just run the iron over these without filling it in, just to give it more support. Again, same thing here. But these 4 will hold it well enough for this particular application. So that's the little tidbits on welding plastic.
Go pat it.
Yep, and then one more procedure that my part here is reminding me about is when the plastic is hot and shiny, you want it to dull just a little bit, and then take your finger and tap it, because what you're doing is you're quickly cooling off the upper surface of that plastic, and the molecules are coming together real quick. So it's a lot like steel. When you cool steel, all it does is shrink. Well, you're doing the same thing with the plastic. You're shrinking it real quick, and it comes out a little more harder. It gives the hardness back to it. That's it. And that should be about it for learning today. Happy trails.